At the end of the week, I like to share my daily charts, so here's my trading log. You can see that I have a weekly chart pulled up, and I'm definitely in a big uptrend, and I had a big green week with a very, very tall wick. And that wick happened today. You can see my daily here. Yesterday, I had a huge gain. When I finished closing out yesterday's positions, I was over $1,000 in profit. And then today, I got my ass kicked. So I was down 700. It hurts, it does. But as the amount of money I have increases, so will the amount of money that I lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough. I actually figured out that I made a 61.8% retracement. So that's interesting. The whole point of this project is to analyze my behavior and my trading as if it were a stock, and I gotta say, it's enlightening. There is a big general uptrend here, and I am currently in an accelerated uptrend. I'm now thinking about and trying to strategize how to ensure that I don't have a loss early next week, because that would be a downward breakout, and then I'd be heading for a test of this upward trend. I would really like to maintain this accelerated trend and consolidate up here. Now, if I can break out to the upside, sure, but consolidation will be just fine. Then I hope to break out and up from there and continue my parabolic rise. I am now charting in log scale because it didn't make sense when I started with $165 to keep it in linear scale, because once you go 10x, right, getting over $1,000, it just doesn't make sense anymore. So the cash on hand I have is just over $1,000, and that's 328% higher than last week. So I wasn't mad at today's losses. I mean, I was mad at today's losses. I gotta tell you, I was mad at today's losses, because if AMC had followed IWM like it has, I would have made a spectacular amount of money. I just kind of like threw myself at the trend. I said, please take me higher, and it didn't. So I bailed, and I kind of took a break today, which is totally fine. So that's what I have for my charts. I'm gonna pull that down, and let's pull up some analysis next. Starting today on the daily chart, you can see we had a nice big fat green candle, ridiculous wick, and a gap up today, which did not fill. So that could mean a couple of things. Either next week we go for the gap fill and we head lower, and if it does go lower, but if the reversal continues and we head upward, I'm thinking it's looking pretty optimistic, and I'm actually leaning that direction. I am leaning towards bullish reversal. I still think we're seeing those early signs of bullish reversal. While we haven't confirmed that yet, it is certainly shaping up that way, and I'm going to explain why. Well, first and foremost, we had this big volume spike, right, and a nice green fat candle, and now a move higher. The candle is red, but it is still high compared to the last 2 days, or, you know, geez, we were trading below $10 this week. That's crazy. I said it would happen in my last Sunday video, and well, there you go. So I think, though, that we might be in for a treat. We could see a V bottom. I have that pulled up above, and this is a great page. You should just check it out. I mean, all I do is share Bulkowski analysis, right? So let's have a look. Width, at least 3 weeks to 3 months wide. I mean, okay, downtrend. Yeah, we've got a downtrend. So the width, at least 3 weeks to 3 months wide. We definitely do have that, right? This is a reversal. Price at the bottom of the V will form a 1-day reversal, island reversal, or tail, usually on heavy volume, perhaps gapping upward. Okay, gap, check. Heavy volume, check. So let's check out island reversals. I was talking about this on SPY. I was thinking there could be an island here. So island tops and island, he has these pages put together, which is kind of annoying, right? I wish I could just, we'll just have to read these for the top and then say invert it, right? So he says tops have a price trending upward to the island, bottoms have a price trending downward. Got it. Gaps separate a price island from the mainland. So where would that be, I wonder? Where would that be? Could that be, I mean, that would be a really short island reversal if they use that gap. And this gap, I mean, these gaps have already been filled on the intraday by this big move up, but I guess we could still call them open because the price has yet to close above them. That's possible. He says the two gaps must share some or all of the same price. So, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to zoom in here and blow it up a little bit because it's a little too small there, isn't it? I think that was our gaps, right? Our two gaps. Yes, there's wicks and tails running through there. It's not a clean gap zone. It's really not. I mean, AMC is so volatile. You're very rarely ever going to get such a clean gap. I think this is it. I think we had a very small, very quick little island reversal. Maybe it looks better on the 15. I mean, it looks worse on the 15 because now we can see the... Jeez, I don't know. It doesn't match the ID. It really doesn't. And I feel like I've seen this funny looking thing before. I know I've seen this funny looking thing before. I don't want to go into it too much though. He says high volume on the day the price makes a second gap, which we did have. We didn't really have that much. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's tough to say. Are we going to get that V bottom? I'm not sure. He says that in a V bottom, that after the reversal, price pierces a downsloping trend line drawn along the price tops, confirming the trend change. And I think that's really what we're looking for, or most likely to see, is just a reversal of the trend and maybe a trend mirror. So I do have something here pulled up. I think it's on blank. Yeah, here we go. So I drew this to illustrate how AMC runs and dips. When AMC runs, it's not uncommon to see just these parabolic rises, right? An increasing rate of change up and up and up until, boom, it hits a big top, and then the descent is kind of gradual, right? Until just dumps. So this makes me think, yeah, that's probably some sort of a momentum that is going to generate a slingshot to the upside, and boom, pops up, touches that trend, and comes down, all right? So that's going to be the downtrend I'm looking to break early next week, probably Monday, and if not Monday, on Tuesday. And if we can get that bullish break out and up, that would constitute a V bottom, I believe. I don't like that dashed line. We're just gonna make that solid really quickly. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there you go. So ultimately, that is what I think would look the best. If we get a push up and then close above that trend line, that'd be fantastic. And actually, if the price can set a new high higher than what we saw yesterday, then this downtrend would actually come down to include this price action as well. So I really do think that another, I mean, doesn't that look nice? That looks nice. And be this weird looking, it's almost like an inverted head and shoulder. Do you see that? There'd be like a shoulder here. This would be the head, and it's got this stupid, you know, it's more like an inverted roof. Right? The roof pattern has 3 touches at a certain level of horizontal support and resistance, and that could be right here. So I think that might even be better, is to see the price come down, touch down there, and then just close above the downtrend and stay within the uptrend. So I think this is our best case scenario on Monday for bullish reversal. And that would also obviously start building a price mirror, which I'd be okay with, because yeah, can we mirror that run? Okay, let's mirror that bear run, but bullishly. Yeah, that sounds good. And I say that because, well, when AMC does run, right, in this mirror, it rises much faster than it falls. So I am actually remaining bullish. I mean, conservatively so. Conservatively bullish. We are still in the early signs of bullish reversal. Getting above this downtrend marks bullish reversal, in my opinion. And I think that implied volatility will actually begin to rise as well, and we'll see another massive spike, in which case it could get really interesting really fast. Let's have a look at SPY and IWM. Let's start with IWM because it's related to AMC. Yeah, that looks good, right? Nice little double bottom forming up in there. Wasn't I saying that the other day? I feel like I was saying that sometime during this week. I'm not really. Sorry, this video is kind of low effort. I'm exhausted. So Bukowski would have a buy signal here, forming on those double bottoms, connecting the incoming trend to the intermediate peak, and boom, that would have been great. You can see the push higher. That is very nice. That is a clean upward breakout. And if AMC had done this today and set a new high higher than the day previous, I would have made so much money. But I didn't. Get over it. Get over it, cat. Interestingly enough, there's a downtrend in here. Do you see that? Look at that downward volume trend. It's curious. I wonder if that doesn't start sooner? No, sure enough. That's this thing right here. This is probably a bottoming pattern right here. Do you see that complex inverted head and shoulders? I do. I see it. And I actually like it. So that would be our armpit on the left-hand side. And maybe we've already got an armpit. Oh, nope. Let's, well, curious. I wonder if, like, I want the armpit to be drawn from here because it gives me a better slope on the neckline. If on Monday the price of IWM pops up and out, that's great. See, we would expect to see this dip too on the other side of the head and shoulder pattern. And I mean, AMC did trend differently than IWM today. So if IWM drops and AMC pushes up and comes down, that would make sense. It's going to be a mixed bag. Opening next week, I think, is going to be really mixed. I see headlines saying, stocks open mixed as investors digest some BS article we published earlier last week. So this is looking good. Honestly, it's starting to look like a bullish reversal, especially when you zoom out a little bit and check this out. This is going to be awesome. There's this massive divergence in the RSI from here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll take that low, or that closing price, and then we'll take that closing price. Look at that, how the valleys in the price drop like pretty significantly, right? And the RSI actually has oh, it's also falling. Oh, that's not bullish divergence. Ah, come on, Cap, come on. What am I getting from the RSI here? At least the RSI is now making a strong push upward out of oversold, and it is making a pretty strong move. And this does look like a failure swing pattern. The RSI can make patterns. Typically, they're double bottoms or head and shoulders, double tops, or V's. They're simple things because the pattern has to be formed by the averages of the price action. So they're muted, they're mellow. But when you see them, you see them. Here's an ugly head and shoulder, right? Top. You see that there's like a rise here, and then there's a neckline here. It's very flat and it's very pointy at the very top, and you can see the price doesn't quite form a head and shoulder top. But the RSI kind of has that look to it, and then boom, this is definitely this kind of like flat and then spiky up to overbought, and boom, rejects hard and then flat again. This is a topping pattern in the RSI, and you know, these double bottoms typically work pretty well. You can see this here is that's pretty good. You can see the price did come back up. It doesn't mean that the price is going to make like a new minor high, but it does indicate that there's some bullish momentum coming. And I think that could be the case here too on a bigger time frame. So I think in the very least, what we're going to get next week is some sort of recovery rally. And it wouldn't surprise me if it came up and instead of minor high somewhere up here towards the peak of whatever day this was, the 4th of May. And of course, everyone's gonna be talking about carving out some double bottom or some inverted head and shoulder pattern and then breaking out to the upside and whatever. Yeah, that can happen. That can very much happen. I'm not worried about that far out. What I'm thinking is, as long as we get a good, strong uptrend in the near future, that's going to give AMC the chance it needs to set its own bullish reversal. Moving on to SPY. Now, there is something here in SPY that I really like, and I saw it, I think, last night. I was not totally sober, but I saw these bullish meeting lines, and then I just put down this price target for $412, and Bukowski is saying that in 10 days that would be reached if that's true, if this pattern does play out. And I would have to call that a confirmation, especially passing above that support or resistance at $398, the $400 level. That's really good. So this is a good spot too to see an island bottom if the price can gap all the way up here. Yeah, that's not going to happen, right? We're probably going to see a small green day, and then it would gap up if that's going to play out in that manner. I want to show a pattern that I recently identified on SPY. It is a descending broadening wedge, and I said I think we found this trend line, the bottom trend line of this pattern, And we definitely did. Look at that sweet touch. Yeah, and when you look at the pattern in this context, I'm saying that we're going to have some sort of rally, looking for a new minor high at least. Yeah, we're definitely going to come up here to some degree. I don't know how high though. Closing thought, I think that we are due for some more bullish action next week, and that could be really, really, really good. I don't exactly know. Of course, on the 17th, we do have retail sale numbers coming out, and that's on Tuesday. So if inflation is, high, but then consumers are still spending, that's incredible. That could actually mark a really healthy economy. If retail sales come out good, boom, it's off to the races, and I'm pretty sure AMC will jump to $20 if those numbers are good enough. I know. Get used to it. I'm going to stop looking at the bearish thesis because I think I see reversal. I don't think I'm going to have a video either for Sunday. I was looking at this chart. There's not much to really add to my analysis. I think the descending broadening wedge on SPY looks really good. I think IWM is about to pull up as well. Not much of a chart pattern there. I think that AMC is probably putting in a V bottom, and that's what I have. I did want to talk a little bit about my Discord. I understand that people are interested in joining, but it's a private Discord. I really do want to keep it really small. I don't like these really big, busy Discords where there's hundreds of people and some people aren't even there and you get bots, and that's really not what I'm interested in. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I might actually start a new server and build it in a better way, because the one I have is kind of a hot mess, honestly, with all the channels and stuff. So, yeah. Okay. So, happy trading.